feeling like you don't deserve the success or the accolades or awards that's come your way, that's imposter syndrome. I have personally dealt with this before I even knew what this was. In my previous careers, I would excel at a fast rate because I was just good at what I did. I've really focused on the quality of my work, just like many of y'all. But whenever I would receive accolades or awards and people would be like, congratulations, I would always downplay it. Or I would think that my actions or what I did didn't really wasn't really deserving of the awards that I got. And I never paid attention to it because I always thought about it as me just doing what I had to do. Like I come into work and I do the job that I'm supposed to do at a high level. I go to school and I complete my classes. I do what I'm supposed to do. It was always to me like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So I would not necessarily disregard it, but for lack of better terms, I would disregard my work ethic. And I soon learned that that's a form of imposter syndrome. I wasn't realizing all the work that I was putting in to reach my accomplishments, to knock off all my goals. And even when I did, people would be like, "Oh, congratulations," and I'd be like, nah, it's not that big of a deal." When it should have always been a big deal, because that was the work that I was putting in. That was the fruits of my labor, and I would just downplay it. And then I found out that it was imposter syndrome, that I didn't feel or think that I was deserving of what I was getting, even though I was putting in all the work to receive these awards or to reach my goals. I would always downplay them. And when people say great job, instead of saying thank you, or instead of acknowledging the fact that I genuinely worked for this, be like, nah, it's nothing. When it was always supposed to be something. Like I should have been acknowledging how much of an effort I was putting in, staying up late nights, going into work early, staying at work late, making sure my people are good, making sure my people are succeeding. I was always doing these things, and I was either not paying attention to all the positive that I was doing, and I would just be like, that's what I'm supposed to do. When in reality, we as people, we do and accomplish amazing things. And if you're aware of this, you know and you're aware of all the hard work that you put in and how valuable that hard work is and how important it was for you to get to that goal. And that's something I am trying to be more mindful of. I'm doing well at it now because I'll use school for example. I'm in my master's program. When I'm writing these 20-page papers, I'm paying attention to the process, me going through this process. I'm paying attention to everything. So I can, when I get this A in the class, I can acknowledge the fact that I did put in all this work, and I should be proud of myself and I should pat myself on the back instead of downplaying it like, oh, nah, that's what I was supposed to do. Or moving the goalposts like, yeah, I got a 98% in this class. It's an A, but I should have got 100. I didn't do enough. The old me, I would have thought like that, but now I don't think like that because one, it's a master's program. Two, I got a 98% in it. That extra 2%, yeah, cool, but is it really that important for me to downplay what I was doing, all the effort I put in, all the work that I put in, just because I didn't get 100? I got 2% off. So that's how I tend to approach things nowadays. Whenever I'm doing something like a project or something for school or a business venture, I'm paying attention, I'm cognizant, and I'm aware throughout the entire process. Because once I get to that finish line, once I reach that goal, finish that accomplishment or reach that accomplishment, I can look back and acknowledge the fact that I put in all this work, all these hours to get to this point. Instead of going through the process, not really being present, and then I get to where I want to be. And it's like, yeah, nah, yeah, downplaying it, moving the goalposts, feeling like I don't deserve it because I wasn't paying attention throughout the process. But now that I'm focused and present through everything that I do, it's easier for me to look back and be like, damn, like I did that shit. And being humble is good to a certain extent. When you're too humble, you do these things. that could lead to imposter syndrome. Like, say you smoked a presentation, you did phenomenal, you did well, and everybody's letting you know this, and you're like, ah, nah, it's nothing, it's nothing. Don't be humble like that. Be humble, but like, thank you. Like, there's a difference between being confident in your work ethic and being cocky. If somebody says you did well, you can be like, thank you so much. I worked my ass off for this. I deserve it. You can say these things because that's true. Now, if you're like, yeah, I already knew I was gonna win that award. It was it was a piece of cake. It wasn't no big deal. That's different. But if you acknowledge the fact that you put in this work to get to your goal and you accomplish your goal, it's okay to be like, I deserve this because you deserve it. You put in that work. You genuinely put in that work for it. Stop downplaying yourself. Stop moving the goalpost. Stop thinking your success isn't for you. I had a problem with it and I worked on it and I got out of it. Now I don't deal with that anymore. There are times where it creeps back up and I have to genuinely remind myself. But for the most part, I don't deal with imposter syndrome no more because it's lies that we tell ourselves. And what I need to lie to myself for. What do you need to lie to yourself for? Stop thinking that your success isn't for you. Stop moving the goalposts and stop downplaying your success because you put in the work for your success and you deserve it. That's all I got today. Short one, sweet one. All of them are going to be short and sweet, but y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Call somebody. Tell them you love them. Be easy, not too easy. Work smart, not hard. It's more efficient.